The law of attraction. Hey guys, my name's Sammy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. I actually want to do a story time. I see other YouTubers doing them, so I thought it would be a great opportunity to do my first story time. But what we're going to be talking about a little bit today is the law of attraction / how I attracted my first big trip. One of my first big trips was about a year ago now, so I figured what a perfect time to talk about how it happened and how it came into my life. So about a year ago, I was a senior at Kutztown University and I was studying photography. At the time, I was planning to study abroad. That was all in the works. Also at the time, we had to choose a photographer's biography to read, and we were going to read it the whole semester. So I chose Ansel Adams because I always had loved him. I loved his photos. I'm an outdoors landscape photographer, and he photographed the national parks. So if you don't know Ansel Adams, here I've got his calendar. Here's some of his, he's a film photographer, and he started out in Yosemite, taking photos there as he was young, and then he did a bunch of photos out west in the national park. So around this time, I fell in love with national park photography out west. I wanted to be him. I wanted to grab a van, pack up my bags, and just head out west to take photos. That was like my dream. I wanted to be a national park photographer, a National Geographic photographer, and I had no clue how I would do it. So at the time, I was just obsessed with him. I was reading his biography, I was looking at his photos. So I was determined to find a way to make this a reality, either like after I graduated or something. So in the fall last year, I was actually in a sorority, and it was bid day. Bid day is like the best day out of the year for sororities because you get a bunch of new recruits. So on bid day, I got the opportunity to go to a dinner. It was called, I believe it was called the PA Chamber Dinner. So this was for my entrepreneurship minor. We were going as a group to network with different people. So, and also my horoscope at the time is saying something about meeting someone very impactful that would impact my career. So I took my chances. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna skip bid day this year. I'm gonna go to this dinner. And in my mind, I thought that I was gonna meet like a big photographer here, and that has been out west or was a travel photographer, and they were gonna take me under their wing, hook me up. I don't know. I thought something big was gonna happen. I thought it was fate. So I decided to skip bid day, and I was gonna go to this dinner. And when we got there, it was about like 5 of us, and it's a bunch of people that are way older than us. They look way more professional, and we're just like 5 little college students like, oh my god, what are we doing here? We were trying to network, but it was so hard. But everyone I met there, I didn't meet any photographers, but the whole time I was like searching for different people, trying to network with them, telling them what I do, and telling them that I'm a photographer and I focus on landscape photography. But most of the people I found were more business people. It was a wide array of different people. While I was at this dinner, I kind of forgot about like the whole thing of finding this photographer, and I ended up just really enjoying my time there with the students there. There was actually one lady in particular that I really connected with. We met her around dinner time there, and I got to sit next to her. She was a grad student, but she also worked in the grant department of my university, so she got to sit with us for dinner. So we got to talking. She was talking about what she was passionate about. She was a bodybuilder, weightlifter, and she was really into it, and she was just telling me her story, and it was amazing. So naturally, I opened up to her a little bit more, telling her that I wanted to do landscape photography, and I love national parks and National Geographic, and I wanted to go out west to be a national park photographer and all this stuff, and all my hopes and dreams after graduation. So when the night was over, I actually did have a really great time, but I was slightly bummed that I didn't meet somebody in the field that I was in, or a photographer of some sort. So Monday morning rolls around, and I get an email from my professor that organized the dinner, and he said, hey, this lady that I was talking to the other night at the dinner wants your email. Is it okay if I connect you? And I'm like, yeah, sure, that's great. And I get an email from her saying that there was a woman that came into the grant department that said that they had received a grant from the national parks to come and document some of their parks. So there was all these students that were working on teaching different things about the national parks, but they needed a photographer to help document their experience. So she emails me right away and she's like, I believe everything happens for a reason. This lady came into my office this morning and I feel like I should send her your way. So she connected us, and honestly, like, I was just mind blown. I'm like, oh my god, how did this happen? Like, at the time, I wasn't intentionally using the law of attraction to bring this into my life. I kind of was just obsessed about it and it came into my life because I was just changing my thoughts and I believed it was going to happen. So when I got this email, my jaw just kind of dropped. I'm like, oh my god, like, this is crazy, like, how this just came into my life. Like, you know, those moments where like everything happens for a reason. This is like where everything just came together and I'm like, this is meant to be. How amazing is this? So I connect with this woman and they offer me a trip to come out to South Dakota with them to come and take photos. That was about a year ago. And then I actually got an email from her later saying it was a little too expensive to go straight to South Dakota, so we were gonna have to go down to Denver and road trip up to South Dakota, which was even cooler because I got to see even more. Fast forward to the road trip and we get there, we get to Denver, we only had 24 hours in Denver, and I'm like, I'm gonna see everything I possibly can. My boyfriend's a musician and he always talked to me about Red Rocks amphitheater. I always thought it was so cool, but I had no clue where it was. So we're roaming the town doing stuff and I look up things nearby and I see Red Rocks is nearby and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go. I got to go there and I FaceTimed him from the middle of it. I'm like, guess where I am right now? Even though I had no clue where this place was, I always wanted to go to it and it just happened without me even planning it, which was amazing. Then we road tripped all the way up to South Dakota, and on that trip I got to see, let's see, I got to see Crazy Horse, I got to see the Badlands National Park, I got to see the Black Hills, and I got to see Mount Rushmore National Park. So just from one crazy connection, I had all these amazing experiences come to me. And not only that, I got an email later from a completely different lady who said that they were having a women's retreat and they needed somebody to document it as well. So I'm like, okay, that sounds cool, I'll look into it. And she told me where it was, and they were going to the Smoky Mountain National Park, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta go. This was all in my last semester of senior year, so I got to experience all these different places, and I took off a bit of school, but my professors understood because I was doing something I would be doing after I graduated. I was like out of school for like a whole month just going on these different trips, and it was so amazing. The point is of this video is no matter what your dreams are and what you want to see and do, you can make it happen. I had never traveled by myself when all of this happened, and I always wanted to go out west, had no clue how I would be able to go on these trips or how I would be able to do it, and I did it just by saying I would. The law of attraction is weird. You don't need to know how you're gonna get there. You just need to tell the universe that you're gonna do this and you are gonna make it happen no matter what. And in your mind, if you say you're going, it will find a way to come to you. I had no clue how I was going or when I would be going. I just knew I love national park photography and that I wanted to go to a national park to take photos, and the opportunity came to me. I've been trying to use the law of attraction more in my life, which is kind of why I'm making this video. And when I think back to this story, I think of, wow, how amazing is that, like, this opportunity came out of nowhere. It can happen again, and it can happen for you guys too. So that is my first little story time. I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you have any questions or anything, and I hope whatever you are trying to attract into your life finds its way into your life. To see more travel and inspirational videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!